Well, you won't get a lemon from Toyota of Orange.
Wrestling buddies want to be your buddy.
Drug-free's the way to be.
What do you think you're doing?
Well, Miss Musso, we were just doing a promo.
Welcome to Home Wrestling League.
And she's still on assignment, but still, Penny, we're hoping the best for you. We just want you to come back safe and sound. We have a two-time guest, Sabrina Giménez. I like to put the little thing on it, and she was with us for our Clash at Paris episode. And I see what you did. I see what you did. And we are here to talk about the 2025 Wargames Survivor Series. Like I said earlier, I was lucky enough, a friend of the show, Tommy, said, "Hey, you want to go to Wargames?" And I'm like, I mean, sure. Like, I'm not going to say no. So we drove out to San Diego. It was a good experience. I'd never been to Petco Park. This is the third baseball stadium I've been to. This is the fierce rival of the Dodgers. And
this is a Dodgers household.
Yeah, like all three of us, we are in Dodger households. We live in Los Angeles, so yes, very strictly Dodgers. So I was just like, man, this is awesome, but this place sucks. But this is awesome.
So it's a nice field.
Mm-hmm. Nice field, like it's in downtown San Diego. It's close to the convention center and stuff. I've only been to San Diego like twice. I've been to Oceanside once. So
this is the first time shooting in San Diego, right? A major like pay-per-view event.
No, they've done it in like one of the arenas, but like this is the first time that this was ever in Petco Field. Like that's why it's a big deal. And it was a really beautiful sight. It was a nice balmy 60 degrees there. Wore my jacket, had a good time, had really good seats. Shout out to Tommy. And it's just interesting to see all the atmosphere there. It's just basically Republican Los Angeles. So shout out to San Diego, I guess. I mean, Republican Los Angeles is really Orange County, but this is real Republican Los Angeles. I feel like, you know what? LA is LA, then Orange County is Republican LA, San Diego is liberal or less liberal Orange County, if that makes sense. Let's do that math. Okay, with a bunch of weird people.
The Venn diagrams of each are like
some like once you get to Orange County and San Diego, it just becomes a circle. But yeah, start off with the first match, women's War Games. Actually, no, let's not start with the first match. I really, really enjoyed like the intro because I didn't get to see it until this morning. Like the intro stuff was really cool.
It was well edited.
Yeah, with the whole with the photos being taken and all that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's actually really cool. So we were rushing to our seats, so I might have missed it, but like watching it on the playback I watched this morning, I was just like, that's really fucking cool. I do have a soft spot for War Pigs. I think that's one of the best white people songs ever.
I was gonna say you didn't get sick of hearing it because every break was just the same riff, and I'm just like, I don't know if I'll get tired of it.
Yeah, no. Shout out to Ozzy Osbourne, who just passed away, and his racist wife. Yeah, but like that is a very, very good white person song. Watching it back this time, I noticed when the women are coming to the arena, they all have coffee in their hands. So I'm just, I'm like, is this a bit? where I'm just like,
Were they iced coffees or hot coffees?
they were hot coffees. They look like the one what I'm carrying right now. For the people who are listening, I'm actually have a Starbucks. It has hot chocolate, but like they had these cups and they're all walking in like they're about to do business.
I gotta say, it looked more natural for like Charlotte and
Yes.
Alexa, and then you just see Io and Rhea
So,
holding their little cups, like, yeah, this is a bit. And AJ Lee's just like, are you serious? Fuck Starbucks.
It's like I come back to wrestle 3 times a year. I'm not doing this fucking Starbucks bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Women's War Game starts off. In a lot of the entrances were cool. I was in a spot where we were at where we couldn't see the live feed of everything. So whenever somebody would come out, we couldn't see like the live feed, like the monitor had like the where it's at, the monitor had like the live feed of everything going on, but where we were positioned was like the main monitor, like you had to look at it and it would have like Charlotte Flair and it would have Asuka. And so you couldn't see what they were doing. Like you couldn't see later on when John Cena has this whole thing with Stu, you can't see that at all. So like the only thing you could see is just John Cena running out to the ring, which is fine. Where I'm just like, I love the ticket, so I'm just like, it's fine. I'll watch it the next day.
It's definitely for the people watching and less for the people at the arena, which I thought, yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, too bad, so sad for you.
Yeah. Charlotte Flair comes out. Initially, I'm just like, what is this outfit? But learning the commentary today, she'd become friends with this girl who has a weird form of brain cancer, and I guess the girl kind of designed the outfit for her, and I'm like, that's actually really fucking cool. And this is gonna be something I'm gonna go back to with this match. I really think they should have decided to have a color scheme or a costume scheme.
Agreed.
I really think that takes away from
the unity of War Games. Like, and we're going to talk about War Games and things that piss me off. But like War Games is like flag football a bit. Like it evokes that kind of imagery. I'm thinking blue flag, red flag, or whatever.
Exactly. And so like seeing that outfit and then seeing Asuka's, I'm like, hopefully there's a theme. And then there wasn't a theme and it kind of pissed me off. But Asuka and Charlotte wrestle and I'm like, damn, Asuka can literally wrestle anybody. She's really fucking cool and
she's so good.
Yeah. I was looking up the mask. I forgot what it's called. And I wanted to write it in the notes, but yeah, I was looking up the mask, and those masks are used to intimidate people. The ones that she comes out with, and
well, she's carrying out like this. Yeah.
The movements that she does are cool, and WWE. I mean, WWE still kind of racist, but like they've made something I love, so I'm not gonna really be like, oh fuck y'all. But for a long time, a lot of Japanese wrestlers would come out to fucking Oriental themes, and so when Asuka's theme starts and it's really fucking cool and elaborate, I'm like, see, they nailed it.
They respect her. I think they respect her too much to pull that. I think with someone at her level, when you have like old heads and previous generations of wrestlers saying that she's the best in the game and will ever be, or to say that she's like at legendary status, they can't pull something so cringy or like offensive basic like as an Oriental theme. Like this isn't 1995. But yeah, basically
they would always do it,
and she knows how to play the crowd, and I think she's a team player, but I think she's just way too far above that to get to do that ever again.
Yeah, exactly. One of the best wrestlers in the company. So they're going back and forth, and Charlotte and Rhea is just like two buddies who are just like, yeah, you just want to do the same shit again? Yeah, all right, lit. Like it's gonna be good because it's the both of us. And so like I'm enjoying the match.
Wait, Rhea or Asuka?
Oh, Charlotte and Asuka. My bad. Charlotte
It's
and
okay.
Asuka.
Charlotte kind of buffed a move early on, and I was a little bit like, "Ugh, come on, girl, get it together," because I've been starting to like her a little bit more. Her whole, tag team setup with Alexa Bliss has just been mind-blowingly like changing for her as a character,
It's
and
made her more likable.
100%. And yeah, I know Asuka can wrestle circles around everybody on that roster, but like, yeah, I was a little that beginning was underwhelming to say the least.
Yeah, and then the crowd goes crazy. Like when you're there live and Io Sky's drop like needle drop hits, everybody goes fucking nuts because like it is. I still say it's the best theme song in the WWE. She's the best wrestler in the world. So like it, anytime she comes out, everybody just goes nuts. And she comes out with the trash can.
No, a giant frisbee.
No, she goes out the trash lid. And then I'm like, where's the can? And then we'll get to where the can was later.
I legit thought it was a frisbee.
If you were wondering, the mask that Asuka wears is a no mask, like a Japanese. I think it was like opera or like plays, and men would wear them to look like women.
Yeah, you're right.
So, and some people were saying, I was reading it on the Squared Circle subreddit, that they were like saying it might be because she alludes to the performance aspect of wrestling in that
Love it.
way. That would make sense. But yeah, I was like, I think that's a no mask, but let me make sure. Like, let me do some research.
Yeah, and shout out to Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair, the older she gets, the better looking she is. And I know people get on her for the plastic surgery, but I'm like, this works right now. You are working right now.
Plastic surgery, if someone likes it, they like it.
It's her body, man.
Yeah, she can do what she wants with it. Do I think some people might go a little far with it? Yes, but you know what? Again, I'm not paying for it. I'm not their parent. I'm not their spouse. Do what you want to do, man. It's your body.
Exactly. But Io is like a car on fire, and then she does this. Is it in here or is it later on? But she basically does, because the two rings are side to side. She does a springboard onto another rope. She misses it.
It's right at the beginning, right after she enters.
Yeah, she misses it, and then
she catches herself.
And then just hits something, and then everybody is just like, they know what happened, and she's just like, I don't care.
Yeah, no, that she. That's what I love about her. It's as a performer, you got to keep going.
Yeah, it's just like, and because she does the point to the head where she's like, I read an interview where she's saying like something to the effect of, I'm the fucking best. That's why she does that. Becky Lynch comes in and giant. So this is the part we don't see. Like, I didn't see Becky Lynch's coat, like the one that she's been wearing for the past couple weeks. So like when she gets to like a certain point, I couldn't see her until she shows up like for me. And she comes in with the kendo stick and starts beating the shit out of him like a prime Tony Gwynn from the San Diego Padres back in the day. And seeing how Becky is like, the fact that she's so comedically funny and she's a heel makes a lot of situations better, because you could play it off as the fact that she's just a bad guy.
It's
and
camp.
That's what I love.
It's 100% camp. I think she knows exactly how to teeter that line, and it's so great that it's kayfabe for her too. Like she refuses to let go of the shtick. And honestly, yeah, you're right. It works.
Exactly. So Alexa Bliss comes out, and then that, like, the crowd blows up for her because she has also a good theme. I'm not the biggest, I hate when people say I'm not the biggest such and such fan. Like, I don't understand Alexa Bliss the way a lot of people do.
Yeah, I don't. You're wrong. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but like, she works with other people, and that's all I can say. Where I'm like, I don't get it, but I'm happy you guys enjoy it. Like, it's not condescending, but it's just like, that's how I feel about Alexa Bliss. It's like, it kind of feels like there's nothing for them to do for a little bit, and like they're just beating the shit out of each other, like barely. And I'll talk about this next, but right before we get to Kyrie Sane coming in, Becky's getting her face smushed
Oh, it's
in
so
between
good.
the cage, and it's like comical. And so Kyrie Sane comes in, and she comes in with the green chain, and I'm like, this is really cool. She has that nautical theme because she used to be a pirate. Like that's her gimmick, where she was just like, she would be like a, like when she's a face, she's like a fun-loving pirate that's just like, ha ha, and then she has the scope and
Yeah,
shit.
right.
Yeah. But a couple weeks ago, the other company, AEW, did this match called Blood and Guts, which is literally War Games. They call it that because Vince McMahon, because War Games was like always super duper popular, and because WWE owns the rights to WCW, they own the rights to War Games. War Games was created by Cody Rhodes' father, uh, Dusty Rhodes. It was an idea that he had where we get 4 guys in a cage and they beat the shit out of each other, and the only way you can win is surrender or submit. That's the only way you can win. Like you can't win by pinfall. For a long time, they didn't do War Games. Like it was kind of looked down and frowned upon. And the idea of War Games was owned by the WWE. Then Triple H is able to get NXT, and in NXT they started the War Games as a tribute to Dusty Rhodes, who had passed like 2 years prior. Cody Rhodes was already out of the company around that time, and so they just did it for a couple times and stuff, and then the first one was first women's one was in 2019 on NXT, which is the match that made Rhea Ripley the star that she is currently.
Holy shit, I did not know that lore.
Yeah, I just decided, like, now that we do the show, I just give like a little bit of lore when it comes to stuff like that. But it's such a really 80s concept where it's just these guys beating the shit out of each other in the cage and just like rubbing their faces against the cage and making them bleed.
It's super gay. I love it. It's very Mad Max.
Mad Max, it's gay. Yeah. When it's at its best, it's bloody. And I'm saying all this to say AEW. Yeah, sorry. AEW does their own version called Blood and Guts, and it's the same concept where they really are steadfast. Like you either have to submit or surrender. And the first women's one was about 3 weeks ago on live television, and so this is one of the problems with what happened with the pay-per-view is that happened like 2 or 3 weeks prior, and people are on the mindset of, oh shit, because like the women come out and they do a very great job, and they have the first Blood and Guts match and it's fucking gory. It's like there's a story to it, and it's like really like interesting. This is more like a parody of shit, because one thing that really irks me, and I'm gonna name this episode Take This Seriously, but they don't, like, when you're in War Games, you're in a fucking war. You're not here to hug your friend like, oh my god, it's so good to see you, buddy. And it happens a couple times in this match, and I'm like, you guys are fighting for your fucking lives. That's the point of War Games. You have to fight for your fucking lives. And I just feel like with this, and especially when we talk about the men's match, which a part in it pisses me off so much, that like you have to be like, this is serious. You have to take this.
There's a threat. There's a threat.
And that's what doesn't happen in this match. Like them doing that hug spot, I'm like, man, guys, get it together.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my unadvised rant.
Like, you think it should have been like they really left everything out there. Like they should be, Apocalypse Now, climbing out of the swamp, out of the dirt. The rain has finally stopped, and they're coming out, and the sun's about to come out, and they've just won, and that's how it should feel. And
Yes.
it felt more like the ending of a musical.
It's like, oh my god, you guys all right? Oh, we're all right. Hey, yeah.
We
And then
go
the peace break.
together like blah, 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 blah.
So AJ comes into the match, and I do, like I was saying with Becky earlier, I do appreciate the fact that she is just a cowardly hill when
Her faces just switch.
Yeah.
It's great.
She's like, oh no, and like that is fantastic to me, where this non-threatening looking woman is just crazy. And
I call it the wifey brawl. It's great.
Exactly. The two men who love their wives way too much.
The wife guys.
The wife guys. Nia Jax comes in, and the color scheme that she's wearing is they have these jerseys in baseball called the City Connect jerseys. Nike sponsors them, so every once in a while during the year they'll have this jersey like, hey, you can only get this for this amount of time, and like it's these colors that are like white, pink, and like
green.
And so Nia Jax is from San Diego, and she wore that as her outfit, which is cool, but I really wish there would have been like a common scheme, because a wrestler, Bianca Belair, she was in like 2 War Games. She made sure that they all kind of wore something that was similar to like hey, we're a team, we need to wear something that matches us. And that is the one thing I've been like, that's one of the things I've been irked on. Like, you guys are going to war together, be unity, goddammit.
Well, speaking of iconic outfits, I mean, can we talk about Rhea's barely there underwear?
Well, yeah, no, okay, so yeah, so Nia Jax comes in, beats up people. She's just like, I'm mean and thick. And then Rhea Ripley comes out, and like when the crowd becomes unglued, because fucking Rhea Ripley is I remember watching the DVD extras to Reservoir Dogs years ago, and Quentin Tarantino tells a story about having I think it's Lucas Bender or the guy who basically does that basically the old man that hires the job, and he was telling an old Hollywood producer that I got this guy in the movie and it's going to be great. And the Hollywood producer's like, that guy's not a star, he's a fucking planet. And so that's what I think of Rhea Ripley. Like, I think of that quote where I'm like, she's not a star, she's a planet, even though stars are bigger than planets, like scientific wise. But yeah, like This Is My Brutality always gets going, and then the pyro works with it. I just like the fact that she has to do her stomp every time. Like, this is a serious match and everybody had to get their shit in. Like, where I'm like, he's like, Io's getting beat up. Do, like, help her. But Sabrina, like you were just saying, Rhea's outfit and her mask is a tribute to Art the Clown, because
she's in love with the Terrifier series.
She loves that Terrifier series, man. She got killed.
That's what that is. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were going for like a plague doctor thing.
No.
Oh, I could see that.
It's like, what is this?
No, because what she do on Monday Night Raw? She did what I thought, and then it took me a second to connect it. Her broken nose situation, but I'm like, oh, this is a great McFoley reference.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she broke her nose like a month ago, and then she's been wrestling with it on. There's the moment where I realized, and I wrote this in the notes, that she just wears not even boy cut short. It's just like the shortest pants possible.
She wears
bikini top.
It could be called, if you're talking about a cut of underwear or even a cut of bikini bottom, it could be called the cheeky.
The cheeky is exactly, it's like what Charlotte Flair's wears.
Yeah.
But what my thing is with Charlotte Flair is like I actually feel like those bottoms are cut so incorrectly to her body type. They look like little butt flaps, but Rhea has such a beautiful, beautiful bottom that her
Does.
cheekies just work so well on her. Then they're cut well to her body shape.
Yeah, she has the right, like, I see what you're saying. So I'm looking at some of the highlights right now, and like, yeah, the cut is not favoring Charlotte in this one.
It's just awkward. And unfortunately, that is her default bottom. I've noticed this on all of her major matches. Because if we're going to talk about like amount of fabric used, I think Charlotte and Rhea both have the same amount of fabric. Like they think they're both covered just as much as each other. Charlotte has 90% less tattoos
Yes.
than Rhea Ripley.
You know the difference is too, like I think, you know what? Because okay, I'm looking at a freeze frame. Charlotte's are more of a low rise,
Yes.
and that may be because she's older and that was very popular at a certain point in all of our lives.
Yeah, ew.
But Rhea's is more high cut. It hits her up above the hip and
I
it
was
has
gonna
a
say
higher leg.
she has a really great like hip to like butt ratio, like where the bottom just looks very natural fitting on her.
Yeah, she has a higher cut. So that, and that's what it does when if you have a bottom, like the higher the cut is, the higher the waist is, the more it elongates the backside and makes it look larger visually, even if it's not.
Totally. I
So
mean,
that's why hers, and she also does have a very nice behind. I'm not
I
gonna
love
lie.
I know this podcast is not for talking about Rhea Ripley's body, but good God, she is so enviable.
It's yeah, it's like, if I'm gonna go to the gym, that's the end goal. You want to be
Truly.
ripped like Rhea Ripley.
She's a great role model. I think she's somebody who really embodies, like, she carries her costume well. You can tell she has no insecurities about it. And I'm saying this as somebody who really notices, like, if you're wearing smaller uniforms of any of the female wrestlers, I notice some of them, if they're uncomfortable I mean, this happened with Nikki Bella, and we'll talk about that later. She kept adjusting her top, and I'm just
Yeah,
like, at the end of the day, that's the last thing on your mind, or should be on your mind when you're in the
right.
middle of a good and important match, quite frankly, of your career, or
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
should be. And Rhea
yeah,
Ripley, you can tell that is the furthest thing from her mind every time she steps out. And it's because I think she does work so intrinsically. I love her fashion designer, Seth Rollins designer. Like those designers know exactly who they're working for. Anyways,
yeah.
and rant.
No
No, yeah,
worries.
you're right. But because I mean, we all know, I mean, like, not saying it's exclusive to women, but people who wear those garments, I would say, you sometimes, if they don't fit right, they're going to be uncomfortable the whole damn day. and it's annoying. It's one of the most annoying aspects of, feeling beholden to wearing such an item in your
Totally.
daily life.
Yeah, no. Like and also just like we were talking, the amount of tattoos she has makes it seem like she's wearing more
More.
clothes than she
Yeah.
actually is.
That is her
Yeah.
costume.
Yeah.
Mhm. And her
Yeah.
colors are always really good. I know it's always some kind of like darker shade or something with black, but she just everything she does works well for her. Like she knows exactly how to present herself in the best light at all times. It's impressive. It's a skill to be able to
Bingo.
do that.
Mhm.
Crystal nailed it. Like, even, yeah, you could just be the all black goth girl, and she just refuses to just sit in that comfortably.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Like seeing Rhea Ripley from 2017 to seeing her now is like night and fucking day.
But
Literally.
the tattoos are part of the costume. She was a completely different person in AEW. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
NXT, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. She was in NXT.
NXT, that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, just obviously the biggest star, and she's kicking ass, and like they're working together and all that. Then out comes Lash Legend, who
Oh,
is
she
the
looked so
last,
good.
who is fresh off getting engaged to Trick Williams, another professional wrestler. And it's funny because she has the ring on as she's wrestling, and Trick tweeted as it's going on, is like, that better not be the ring I just got you. And people are like, no, there's such thing as ring insurance, trust me.
Ring insurance.
So she comes out and this is kind of the first thing that we've really seen her wrestle in on the main roster, because she started off in NXT and she was like really bad, and now she has worked her way to be like good, and she just comes in like a force, and she's
There's a good entrance.
great entrance. The song sounds like a Project Pat song called Chickenhead that came out 20 years ago.
I know which one.
Yeah, exactly. And like she's just thick and mean, and you just can't beat her. So like that's like her whole thing. And
Oh
then
my gosh. I'm seeing the tweets now from Triple Williams. It says, I know she don't have that ring on. He's like, I spent money on that.
he's like, what is this? So there's the tall, hot woman battle between her and Rhea Ripley, and then like that's obviously going to be a big deal when that actually goes down. Like Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill, that's definitely like when the tall, hot women.
The
fight.
Amazonian goddesses.
Yeah, I can't wait.
That's one of the big reasons I watch.
Bingo. Preach, Crystal. I agree. I know. All I keep thinking about is I'm like, when am I going to get my Jade and Rhea
Matchup?
Yeah. Like,
those.
I'm looking at Lash Legends outfit. I like it a lot. I actually like the colors.
It befit her so well.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Actually, I like the silver and the pink.
Oh, and her lashes, like literally, if we're going to talk about Lash Legend, when I think about Naomi and the effort that she puts into her makeup, like Lash Legend is right there. All of that, the falsies, I'm into it.
And they're pink too. I love that.
And they're pink. Exactly.
Following the trend. The trend of colored mascara is big right now. Like purple, pink, blue, turquoise, anything you can get in a different color for your mascara is big right now.
It's funny that you say Naomi, because this is the exact moment I realized Lash Legend is on the main roster because Naomi is pregnant.
I know.
I was just like, oh shit, okay, that makes sense.
But you know what? It's a great. I love that Naomi's having this moment for herself. Obviously, like Lash Legend she would have had her moment, I think. But like, if this is going to be it, then I'm glad that it's now.
Yeah, and shout out to Naomi real quick. Last night she said she was going to do a gender reveal, but they're having some complications, so she couldn't do it. And like, hopefully, her and Big Jim, like everything works out in the long run with the baby. Yeah. I know having a child is fucking hard, so shout out to her for doing the damn thing.
Truly, the gender reveal is the baby will be wrestler.
Assigned wrestler at birth.
AWAB.
It's like I mean, I don't know my gender, but like I wrestle, so you know.
And that's what's important.
I'm sorry, but Jimmy is your daddy. Good luck getting another job.
Exactly. Fuck yeah. It's like this Samoan, like it was like you don't do football, and then you gotta do wrestling.
There's no doctors in the Anoa'i Destiny family legacy. You want to be a mathematician? Are you serious?
Yeah. It's like, hey, I'm one of the best investment bankers in the world. Boy, you go get on a fucking singlet. It's like, how dare you?
Dare you?
So there's a cool spot in the match, like because the match begins because like in Wargames lore, they call once everybody's locked in the cage, the match.
That's the start.
Yeah, the match beyond, and then it's the start of the match. So whoever submits or gets pinned, or they've added a new wrinkle, which I feel like it's going to has to be used like later on in the line. You can't leave the cage at all.
Right.
That's one of the things in Blood and Guts compared to this is you can leave the cage, go get weapons, drink a tea, whatever. Blood and Gut, like those women in Blood and Guts on AEW were fucking bleeding like out the head, and I don't think the WWE is prepared for women to bleed. Purposely.
Oh, I was gonna say, you mean besides what they normally deal with?
I added the purposely at the end. But
these women can't bleed on paid time.
Exactly. Like
not on our watch.
He's like, do you know how much we're paying you? You are a 1099 employee. Fucker.
Can't bleed. Can't shit on company time. Can't bleed on company time. What kind of a country is this?
It's like,
it used to be a proper country.
Yes.
There's a cool spot with Becky who gives AJ a manhandle slam, and then as she's about to get the 3 count, you see EO do the moonsault. I love that.
That was so flow. Like that whole sequence worked so well for me.
Io is the MVP of the match. She gets thrown into her teammates by the Dick and Mean Girls. Charlotte slaved Rhea from getting misted by Asuka.
Yes.
And that should show you like, hey, we've had like battles in the past, because the whole lead up was Charlotte was just like, hey, I can't work with Rhea Ripley because we have too much beef. And people online are just like, we've seen the shows. And they basically cut a compilation of Charlotte just fucking with Rhea the entire time. And it's pretty funny. Like years ago, back in like 2020 and then 2023 when they had their match. But to see where they've gone, because like the past 5 years, that's been Charlotte's like best dance partner is Rhea. Because the 2020 wrestling match, the match at WrestleMania that no one was in front of because they shot it during COVID. The 2023 match on WrestleMania 39, which is the best women's match I've ever seen live. And now like that's like a cool little story in that little section of the match. She saves her for getting missed it. Then it goes to Last Legend. So Last Legend gets knocked out of the match because like she was kicking ass. So like now she's blinded by the poison mist that Asuka spit. Then the spot where Io is on the top of the cage, I'm like, oh, she gonna jump off the cage. And so when everybody's like incapacitated, AJ's trying to give her the trash can.
I love it. It's just such a okay. They didn't wear matching uniforms, but I love the unity that they had.
And then Rhea's just like, I'll help, and then gives her piggyback up to give Io the trash can.
Trash can, that was hilarious.
To me, that was a classic Spielberg movie moment.
Just all in one shot, and just it's perfect blocking.
It's so good.
She dies off the cage, and it's just really, really fucking awesome.
The most epic swan dive.
For some reason, though, like I don't know. For some reason, because the trash can is white and her costume was yellow feathers, I was like, feel like a chicken coming out of an egg for a little bit, like a little chick. And she's like, pew, just like, pew, jumping.
There's an interesting part in the match earlier where Rhea has somebody in a lock. I think she has Kyrie in a lock and then puts the trash can on her when she comes in, and then and Io's run in and then drop kicks the trash can, and then that's when they do the and then they give the hug, and this is one of my problems, and then that's when Nia just knocks them both out. I'm like, thank you for doing that.
Was that the moment where they look? Sorry, Crystal, go ahead.
We talk about how gay wrestling is. There's a moment between those two where they're like holding each other by the face, and I'm like, oh,
kiss.
I was like, this is gay.
super sapphic. I was like, in that moment, I was like, soundtrack, cue the doves. This is a moment for the two of them.
I was like, this is for the ladies right here.
Yeah, and it's so funny because like I know they're a team, but they're leaning on the side of gay. I think Rhea's leaning on the side more than Io is, because Io is just like, it's my friend.
No, in that moment, I think Io, like the camera was on her face, and she's just like, "Oh my god, I love you."
Yes, that was so. Oh, that was funny. I
think she met her in the middle there.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, like I'm watching some of the highlights again. One of the funniest things in here is Becky Lynch's shocked face the entire time. This whole match, she's just like losing her mind.
Which is going to lead me into the part. So all the heels get knocked out, and then Becky Lynch comes in, and she is terrified, and she sees all those hot women surround her, and it's just like, it's over for you, bitch. And then Becky tries to get to the other ring. They hit all their moves on her.
They sure do. Then AJ
gets her into the octopus.
Yes, I was like, whoa.
And Becky taps out, so the faces win.
Like the coward she is.
She is a coward. And now if you go on Twitter, you can see her tweets about how the match shouldn't have taken place. Like, honestly, Yeah, honestly, once Lash Legend got the mist in her eyes, the match should have been called. I didn't lose this match, and I'm like, I do like that Karen aspect of what you're trying to do. Like it's fantastic. The match was fun. I had fun with it in the arena. I didn't look at online comments because I was just writing stuff on like paper, so I didn't get poisoned with people being like, "That was shit." You're an idiot if you like that.
People are saying that because I was chronically online during the match, and I thought people were really receiving it nicely.
I thought so too, and then Monday morning quarterback, everybody just sees like I fucking hated it. I'm like, I had a good time. I
wish
like
people
I said,
were less not haters.
like I said, the only thing that gets on my fucking like under my skin is taking Wargames seriously. You have to take this seriously.
Yeah. Womp bam boom womp bam boom.
Exactly. Next match is my MVP of life, Dominic Mysterio, my favorite Trump supporter, Dominic Mysterio,
Don't
against
say that. I thought Roman Reigns is your favorite Trump supporter.
no Dominic Mysterio. Like he's from San Diego, so
That's his home base.
Yeah, like I'm shocked when people aren't Republican there.
I was gonna say the amount of Latinos who are so close to the border that actually love Trump. As a Latina myself, it is one of our biggest blind spots.
I will vote for Donald Trump. Remember that shit was great. Sometimes I sing that song just randomly because I'm like, that was such a funny moment. And then so many people are like, I'm being deported. Why? I'm like,
who could have seen this coming?
Read the room, buddy. And then John Cena in his last pay-per-view match. The crowd is split, but like everybody was pro both of the guys. Like no one like it's Dom's hometown. This is John Cena's last pay-per-view / PLE match. And so they play the beginning of the promo for that, and then they have the Saudi Arabia ad. Anytime I see them, like, Saudi Arabia is great, and I think like, man, I guarantee that Jamal Khashoggi thought Saudi Arabia was great until you murdered him and chopped up his body. And
yeah, but you remember like Dubai chocolate is like the craziest thing in the US right now.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
I love me some Dubai chocolate.
It's
so
like
great.
Let's talk about how the UAE and Riyadh season is everything we could ever want and more. But yeah, Jamal Khashoggi.
Yeah, but don't fuck with Saudi Arabia. But we'll pay for everything. We'll bankroll everything. But don't you ever fuck with us. So the first the first wrestling event I went to, because like my dad thought wrestling was stupid, my grandparents were too old to take me, was the 2014 SummerSlam, where Brock Lesnar beats the shit out of John Cena for like 10 minutes and wins the championship. And so 11 years later, I get to see his last pay-per-view match. And I'm like, that's kind of cool.
That's poetic.
He is Dominic Mysterio's awesome because like he's just a scumbag who's an incredible wrestler. Like that's his gimmick, and I fucking love that.
Even though his 619s look like shit, but
because he's too tall.
Yeah, he's too tall. He needs to be small.
Yeah. Like if he was like a little bit taller than his father, not like a whole foot taller than his father, then it would be better. But we move. And then I write this in the notes, and I thought about this in the stadium. I was like, imagine a job where you meet one of your the people you work with's kid, and then 20 years later, you're working with that kid that you met 20 years ago. Like, how surreal is that? But Dominic comes out with all of Judgment Day, which like it's cool to see the girls come out with him, because I thought like it was just gonna be Dominic by himself, but
no,
like,
never.
And I'm like, okay, like it's not Finn, it's not them, like okay, that's fine. John Cena comes out and everyone sings the song in unison. I mean, it's the fucking last time. He had this really cool shirt that was an exclusive. Like every time he goes into a different town, it's like an exclusive shirt. So he had this one where it's like the San Diego Padres old uniforms from the 80s.
Aw,
And I'm like, oh, that's really cool.
I didn't clock that. That's cool.
And then he comes out, and then he's just taking his time because like this is his last pay-per-view. So he's just like dapping up the crowds. He's talking to Stu, the cameraman, and he's just
His
like,
BFF.
yeah, he always talks to Stu anytime he comes out. It's like, I love you, Stu. And he's just like, Stu's son is working with him tonight. It's a father-son moment. And you can see he was just happy and just doing all that, runs out to the ring.
He ran to both sides of the no camera zone areas. And I just thought that was like, and you can see the security in the background. It's just like, fuck.
Like, he's like, don't jump over. Don't jump over. But it's cool that John Cena gave a spot to like everybody in the Judgment Day, like gave them their chance to sign. Because when you have Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne come out there and they both hit their finishers, it's great. But we'll get into that later. Dominic Mysterio, like I've loved that man since WrestleMania 39 a couple years ago when I was at SoFi, and that was the moment I understood his character, where he's just a scumbag, and I fucking love that. He's a doofus, like, but he's so great.
It's nice to see somebody really like. There's no ambiguity with him, and everyone has hope with him. They have hope that one day he'll just stop being a scumbag, and he knows exactly how much to give you in order to pull it back away from you right when you think he's turned, and he's just never, ever going to do that.
No, he's just too much. He's too far in. So the interesting thing is, this is the type of match, because this is the best match of the night. This is the type of match I would show to somebody who doesn't quite understand wrestling. And it's like, this is the face, this is the heel. And so the face trying to win against unsurmountable odds it's the basis of like storytelling. Like that's the basis of anything. So to see that was really, really interesting.
It's good versus evil.
The match goes, and then there's a part where Dominic looks like he's really hurt, and like he messes up a hurricanrana, and he's just like, oh god. And as I'm there, like Tommy's just like, is he hurt? It's like, they haven't done, because they do a thing called, they do an X. They do like a X being like, this is serious, this is not kayfabe, the person is hurt. The referee will make the X with his hands. And so I'm like, I don't think this is real because they haven't done that yet. And so when the girls hit the ring and they hit both of their finishers, and he gets back up and then hits a 619, like nothing happened. And the referee's like, dude, what the fuck? You lied to me.
I know that you could tell the ref was like legit. I'm like, is that
It's like, you fucking lied to me. And then he throws out both of the girls and they're like, ah. So like once that happened, everybody was just locked into that match. It's just the good and evil. He does the you can't see me thing.
just mocking him?
Yeah. And then John Cena does his own, and people did it too early. And then he was just like, he actually does it. And then he gives the thumbs up to the crowd. It's like, okay, you got it this time. And then does the punch. That's when the other members of Judgment Day, JD and JD McDonough and Finn Balor come out, and they beat up John Cena for a little bit. And
Classic Nikes versus jorts.
Yeah, exactly. Looking like Heaven's Gate members. And then they
Truly.
And then he hits him with the double FU. Like he got Finn on top, or he got Finn, and then he got JD.
It was so good.
Then, yeah, it was really cool.
It was the Leaning Tower of Cena.
Got it.
Yes.
You got it.
I thought of that one just now.
Hey, Sabrina.
Yeah.
It's 500 comedy points. Congratulations.
Yes.
So once he does that and it kicks out, people are like, starts yelling, chanting Super Cena. and that was like a big thing.
Is that what they were saying? I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, and so that was like a big thing in internet wrestling dorks like myself. I mean, I'm not a commenter. I just read stuff. But back in the like late 2000s, early 2010s, there was a thing called Super Cena where he would get beat up for all of the match, and then like 2 minutes he'll win the match, and then that started people like not liking the guy. So this is just ironically them saying like he's Super Cena. It's like, yes, he is. So he is doing an amazing job. Yeah, and that's what they chant. And then a while Liv Morgan appears.
And my heart, I physically stood up and threw my arms up and just screamed and cried tears of joy.
And I'm like, oh shit, okay, because like I thought she was just gonna come back in the Royal Rumble and win it, but they had her come back for this.
So good. So I mean, I'm just the biggest Liv Morgan stan. I don't dislike any of the female wrestlers. I quite like them all. That's my rule. But she is my number one. There's something so unapologetic about her.
Like she has gotten so good in such a small amount of time where I'm like, okay, I get it now. And
she her body is like an actual like sponge. She takes every hit, man. She could go to toe with any of the dudes there.
And like she's one of those things like Last Legend, like when she started in NXT a decade ago, because this is how I mean I've watched for like a long time. So like you watch her in NXT a decade ago, and you're like, oh, she's just like blonde. And so now to see where she's at now, you're like, oh, she's actually a real thought out person, and that's just really cool to see. Then she comes out to the ring, slaps Dominic for some reason. I'm like, that doesn't really make sense. But
I actually thought it did make sense. To me, I'll tell you what I thought. I read it as, where have you been this whole time, mister? While I've been rotting out in the country, feeding barnyard animals and recovering and drinking my tea, where have you been with little Roxanne and Raquel? They're operating as a tripod, and where's Liv and all this? Any mention of her? No.
Okay. Which is going to lead to interesting TV on Monday, but she smacks him and then she gives Cena a hug. And then there's a picture online where you could see John Cena just like give like a weird, like, okay, thumbs up. And so what we're actually supposed to see is Liv do the face that John Cena did when he turned on Cody in the ill-advised heel turn that he did like back in February. And then she gets off and then kicks him in the balls like she did Cody and hits him with the belt. Dominic hits him with the 619 and then pins him to win. And I just remember like when Dominic won, everybody was like, yes. And especially me, I'm like, oh, thank God, that was awesome. A guy walking up to get concessions, just like, Susio boys. And I'm like, yeah, he knows. But this is why I love wrestling, is this a match like this, because it took Dom, the Judgment Day, the Ghost of Tony Gwynn, the cast of Anchorman, Kristen Dunst stealing a bunch of black women's cheers, Tom Cruise from both Top Guns movies, Fernando Tatis and Fernando Tatis Jr., Antonio Gates, the Trevor Hoffman change-up, to all beat John Cena. So, like, all of those things had to happen solely to beat up this guy. And, like, that is the fundamental thing about wrestling, where you think he can do it, but, you know, sometimes the odds are too actually, Kristen Dunst didn't steal the cheers. It was Big Red.
I was going to say, Kristen Dunst was a patsy in this.
Yeah, she was just like, oh, fuck. We've been stealing cheers for this long. It's like, so they've literally driven to Compton and steal cheers, and then we go back to San Diego and get fish tacos. The fuck?
White girl problems. Right?
Indeed.
Shout out to Bring It On. But it was a fun match. I really enjoyed it. I hope it's good that Dom got the shine, and this is John Cena's second to last match. His next match is going to be in 2 weeks, which is going to be crazy to think about.
Do we hold a vigil or a funeral, a party? Like like what?
If what I think is gonna happen happens, I'm just gonna watch it because I feel like a person that lives in Washington that everybody hates is gonna show up to that event, and I'm like, I do not want to celebrate anything. If I see that dude there, I'm like, dude, like you've bankrupted the government. What are you doing at this event, you fucker? Yeah. So the next match, getting to the next match, which I kind of think they should have swapped these matches, but
I agree.
they didn't want two women matches and then two men's matches, but it is what it is. It was Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship. It's a weird match because I don't understand why this happened so quick with Nikki. I think Nikki is from San Diego, so that's why part of the reason why she got this match. And like it was just a tough spot because you just had that really kick-ass match, and then you're just like it's like, oh, you have to come down from that. It's like that's fucked up. You put them in a bad spot.
I think both of them, like they were like Nikki Bella, if she's okay, Hall of Famer, great. If that's the, and then you have Stephanie Vaquer, who's like up and coming, great, could potentially join the ranks of legends. And to me, it just felt like what is there to gain from the match besides the obvious belt, right? Like it's always so much more than the belt.
Yeah, and it's just like we all know. I mean, I know why Nikki is back in wrestling because like she had a very tumultuous divorce and like needs the money. Like I get that, but it's just I feel like Roxanne Perez needed this more than she did in a weird way. So like that's part of the thing. One thing I wrote in the notes is like it's got to be super awkward to have like a really big moment coming up for like Nikki Bella, and as soon as you're about to do it, you see your ex-boyfriend or ex-fiance just backstage after like calming down from his match, and you're like, I feel for you a little bit because John Cena and Nikki Bella were like about to get married. Like he even proposed to her at the end of a match, and the worst proposal I have literally ever seen ever. Because both of you women have been married at one time or still married. What if your significant other basically starts off his speech of what like proposing to you with, this is what you've always wanted? Like the first thing that comes out of his mouth is like, this is what you always wanted. You're like,
that's not a proposal, that's a settlement.
Exactly.
So it's like that would be like, well, now I don't want it.
And my reaction is live to an audience. I don't even think I can react authentically without being hyper or being people are like micro analyzing every movement or thing I do and say.
That's why public proposals are such a risk. And like the only way I've ever been like, I'm okay with this happening is if I know like they talked about it beforehand. Like maybe you don't know when they're going to propose, but if they say, I have this idea that maybe, we should get married at some point. How would you feel about this? Then it's still a surprise because you don't know what's happening. But like, I've seen too many public proposals go the wrong way. And it's like, why did you think that was a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But no, if someone said this is what you've always wanted, I'd be like, what? Are you telling me you don't?
Yeah, we need to really rethink this. Like, I just remember that happening, and I'm like, oh God, this. Like, as a person, I'm like, I would never do that to somebody.
Yeah.
And so that's ultimately why I think John Cena actually hired PR people now. It's just that disaster of that, and you watch Total Divas, he is a fucking monster in it, and like I'm just glad that he's made a move to be or seem like a better person. But the whole entire story of this match is Stephanie Vaquer trying to get the devil's kiss and Nikki Bella thought she was going to do the Devil's Kiss on her, but they ended up not doing the Devil's Kiss, and then they roll out to the outside, and Stephanie McCare hits her with like the craziest knee because like she's bent over, like she's like Nikki Bella sprawled out on the ring apron, and Stephanie McCare just drops all of her weight on that knee, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like that had to have actually hurt. There's like no way you could like do that, but it's funny because I'm just like, Stephanie McCare is just like, when I see her, I'm like, you don't have to wrestle, you know that. Like you could just be hot and then like have a man pay for your life. But she's just like, I just like professional wrestling and I'm from Chile. And I'm like, lit, go do you, sis. But
she's the female version of Roman Reigns. I think she's gonna have crossover power at some point. And I think that she's got this like really, it's like this sexiness without. She doesn't have to cut a lot of promos. She just has to look, and she's got a great bod. And yeah, and like more than that, it's her shtick with the Devil's Kiss. It is like unambiguously horny.
Oh, it's horny. Oh man, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
I think, I'm sorry, but you put you're humping someone's head. I'm sorry.
That was, yep.
It's like, whoa, man. You know what? Just because you said that, I'm gonna watch Devil's Kiss and I'm gonna slow it down to see where it's actually horny.
I'm just saying. Well, also she wears horns, so
Exactly.
I just think there's just something. Yeah, you can't remove the sexuality out of her persona. It's part of the draw, part of the allure. I mean, any of the divas, really, like Nikki Bella and like that whole sexuality is a weapon of theirs, and to see in like for women to use it against each other is always a fun thing, because I'm always like, okay, where are they going to take it? And yeah, the whole draw of the Devil's Kiss, doing it on the steel, I guess it's not steel table, but whatever material the table is made out of, it's like that's supposed to be the. I'm just like, yeah, I guess we can remove the sexuality from it, but also you can't, because there's two dudes and a bunch of men staring at it like this.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how are we just not addressing the elephant with tits in the room?
It's just like, hey, you two stop it. I mean, keep going, but you two stop it.
You two, yeah, go take it somewhere else, but like, don't.
Don't stop. So she hits it on the announce table, like you said, and then she hits it in the ring. Then she does that corkscrew moonsault to win the match.
That was, by the way, a flawless execution.
Yeah, and like that is such a crazy looking move for somebody that small. So that's why it looks so dynamic. It was really cool to see that move live, because everybody just goes nuts. Like not the Devil's Kiss, but like seeing that moonsault. Like it's just really unexpected to come from that person. The big part of the match is Nikki Bella hadn't wrestled in forever, and that's kind of her thing that's happening now, where you're putting her in these big spots, but she's washed. And like it sucks, but it's just the nature of wrestling. Like it happens to women more than men. Like if you're not doing it for a longer period of time, you look slow. And that's what's going on with Nikki Bella. So to Nikki, to my friend Nikki Bella, rest now, sister. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
Damn.
Yeah. So now we have the main event for Wargames Survivor Series, which is the men's Wargames. And like initially happening, like when it initially started, I saw Brock on the other side with the build up and stuff, and I'm like, I don't like Brock is not going to lose this match. Like it was just like a weird thing I thought in my head where I'm like, I don't think Brock is gonna like lose this match. Like there's something that told me that I don't think that's gonna happen. So when I was talking with Tommy, I was just like, yeah, Jey Uso's gonna come out and pump up the crowd, and then we'll start. So when Cole the Personality came on, I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? I would like it really threw me off where I'm like, I don't know why he's the first one out, but and compared to last year, they all put him in the cages because that was always the thing that Dusty did. He had the guys in individual cage or outside of the cage, and then were let in, and then WWE added the cages to be like, hey, they're all hanging out in a cage for 20 minutes standing up, and then they get let into the ring. Oh, sorry.
Redo that.
It's okay. Yeah, we're good. So CM Punk comes out first. Cole's personality always great. I didn't see this until this morning, but I couldn't see the Braun Breaker entrance, which is really fucking cool.
You know, I'm the biggest Braun Breaker hater. I think he is the second coming of Goldberg, and I hate every second of it. I hate that the spear is his thing. I hate because he's just such a meathead. I don't care who he is in real life. I just think Braun Breaker is one of the least thought out, most vapid, and like just boring characters ever. And then that entrance last night, I don't know what stirred in me, but I was like, I apologize for everything I ever said about this man. I am, well, actually, I don't. You know why? Because I know that he needed some development, and that jacket, the lighting, the LED screens on both sides. I don't know what it was, but there was just something so viscerally like evil and like big boss energy about him. And I was like, okay, let's fucking go.
Yeah. And this is really the part of the match where I'm like watching it again, I'm like, oh, this was a match to get him over. And so like you have that entrance, and then
you see his jacket? I mean,
yeah,
it was the stuff of like leather daddies. I was just here for it.
it's like shout out to his father and his uncle, because like they were big into it was always weird because like the Steiner brothers, like they would dress up in these colorful ass singlets, and then like later on he would have like, and later on they started getting the leather because they were like bikers and shit. So yeah, that was just to see them all combined is just interesting.
I also think the singlet is, I mean, like again, corny as hell, but then again, so is wrestling. But there's just something so boring about the way he, and like it goes back to Rhea Ripley, like she knows how to use her costume as part of her personality. Braun Breaker is literally just a meat popsicle.
He was green.
He was he green in person? Because oh my god, we could not figure out what that was.
Yeah, like it was
makeup.
Just like, it was like makeup or something, or it might have been the jacket. Like that part of me thinks that was the jacket. What were you gonna say, Crystal?
No, I was I didn't know. I could never remember who Braun Breaker was because I don't keep track very well. But he's the guy who was like, I'm gonna take off the top of my singlet. Like, this isn't the gayest thing ever. And I was like, yes, okay, here we go. Yay.
Yeah, like he does this thing that's
like
a
whole moment with the singlet.
Yeah, he puts a singlet back on and then he takes it off just to do that.
I'm like, but it was entertaining for me. I was like, yeah, more of this. I like this. This is crazy. I love it.
I got that joke so much more out of it with that entrance having been established now. Like, I think, I don't know, he's just much more deserving of the personality that he supposedly had before because of this entrance now. Don't tell me what it is. I mean, I don't know what it is, but it worked for me.
Yeah. Like it was interesting, and like they're hitting hard. One of the things I don't like is when two people just don't like each other, and then like, I don't like you. What's the first thing we're gonna do? We're gonna like wrestle. Like, no, just attack this person you don't like. Just start hitting them. Don't do proper wrestling. We don't need that.
We're not paying for that.
Exactly. Drew McIntyre is the next person to enter because they got the advantage the other day. So
He looked great.
He always looks good. The hater in me is just happy to see Drew
Him and
McIntyre
Punk.
and just like, hey, remember when you took my bracelet and we made it a whole thing for an entire year? Guess what, buddy? I'm back. And then they just start beating on each other. And I think this is around the time that CM Punk starts blading and he cut himself. I didn't think they were able to do that because of ESPN, but like I watched the stuff I watch it on Netflix. So I have the VPN and I just watch the pay-per-views on Netflix. So
wait,
yeah.
By the way, he is no longer CM Punk as of yesterday. He is Larry's dad.
Oh God. Shout out to them and that ugly dog. That dog is hilarious, man.
You saw his jacket, right?
Yes.
So I need that jacket. I know it's not going to be official merch, but fuck it, I will try my damn hardest to find it somewhere.
That is such an ugly dog, but like the fact that him and AJ will fucking die for that dog is so funny.
It has a stroller at con events.
You're like,
yeah.
Fucking amazing dog. Rody Codes, aka Cody Rhodes, gets in, and I was just like, oh shit. And then this is
Dude already has a black eye.
Right, just pre fucked up. And then it's like when you hit the adrenaline, and I was like, this is the American theme. This is American this should be the national anthem.
I think he has the greatest theme song. I know you said that it's EO, but Cody's gets me going every damn time.
Like I say it's EO because EO was actually in the WWE when she got that theme song. Cody paid those guys to make that theme song for him, and he just used it on the independents, and then he brought it to the WWE and shit. And like, I mean, obviously Cult of Personalities from Living Color from the 80s, but like, yeah, like anytime
it's just a good song.
Yeah, like I have Cody Rhodes shorts, and you know, every time I put them on, I'm just like, adrenaline in soul. Yeah. But Cody's weird because I think they're trying to turn him
Sorry,
heel.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
What were you saying?
I was singing the whoa.
It's like I think it was so loud that it didn't register on here, so it just was like.
I'm sorry. I just his song just does things.
It's funny because I took Crystal to WrestleMania 39, and that was the main event. And so when his song goes and he hits the whoa, like it's the equivalent of seeing a person who gets startled by noise. And Crystal's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?"
Oh, no, that was the first time I ever heard it, and I was like he'd not prepped me at all for that. Like he didn't tell me anything, and I even had like earplugs in because loud events they're always too loud. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden they do that big wave of that whoa, and I was like, "What the hell? Like what just happened?" I like literally startled me. I was like, "Whoa!" like in my seat, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sorry."
He's like post apologizing for something that you were like, I guess now I just have to get used to it now.
Yeah, I just gotta be used to it.
I guess this is a part of my life now.
It is.
And so I think they're trying to turn Cody heel or something.
Again, I'm just kidding.
Like
paper bag.
Right? Like he hits CM Punk with the elbow, and CM Punk's like, "Dude, what the fuck?" He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there." And it's just like, yeah, no, let's try to win this. Let's try to win this fucking match. And so they hit a bunch of like old finishers and stuff. And so they hit it on Drew, and then they hit one on Braun. And Braun, the way Braun landed was just like, oh fuck, is he hurt? But knowing his father, I feel like that it's like anytime you play one of those like role playing games where like you get hit. And then all of a sudden it brings like 10 plus attributes where it's just like, oh no, you hit him. And now his strikes are even more powerful. And I feel like that's what happened with Braun Breaker, where it's just like, oh no, you concussed him. Now he's even more powerful.
Which honestly, incidentally worked a lot for him because the next move he pulled out was a not spear. And I was like, oh, this man has range.
Exactly.
Crazy. But I have to say, on TV, on live watch, that was one of the scariest 10 minutes of my life because I was watching it and the camera did not move once
Yeah.
from Cody and CM Punk
Yeah.
kicking Drew's ass.
The doctors went in and they were checking on him.
I think I was
Like,
texting you in live moment. I was like, what's the deal? Are the doctors there?
yeah. Like, I'm like, oh fuck. Okay. Like, but yeah, he ended up being okay. Logan Paul comes out and like he's obviously missed. He shouldn't really even be in the match. Like that's the funniest part about Logan Paul's character. But he's such a wrestling weird savant where like if he did it every day, I feel like he would be one of the best because he understands the elements of pro wrestling. Like if he, actually was on the road every day working, he would be like one of the better wrestlers because his athleticism alone. His theme song is like Connor for Real's "I'm So Humble" from Popstar Never Stop Never Stopping, but like a real life version because it's like I'm so humble, humble, and I feel like somebody saw Popstar Never Stop Never Stopping, and I'm like, you had to know this is what you were doing.
He's an enigma to me. I can't tell if he is that self-aware or if he has people that smart that work for him to make him appear that self-aware. And it bugs the shit out of me because I can't tell if he's trolling us.
There was this really funny interview with him and Dom on his show Impulsive. And so they're talking he was just like, Dom was like, yeah, Japan's great. It's like, yeah, no, Japan's great. And like, if you know anything about Logan Paul, it's just like the Japan thing. And then Dom asked, like, wait a minute, aren't you shadow banned from Japan?
Shadow banned from Japan, from a country.
That's a way to call it. Like Logan's shadow is not actually allowed to immigrate into Japan.
Oh god, I love that shadow band. Like he's on fucking Twitter. like Japan is just this Twitter, and it's like
it's an online country.
Well, we're not gonna allow you to do this. Like shadow banned. I'm like, all right. So Jimmy Uso comes in next, and he brings in the tables, which like anytime you bring in tables, everybody's just like excitement. The crowd went crazy.
It was a good pick me up after what we were watching.
And I love like anytime he sees Drew McIntyre, he just always just does this like it just hits him like it's like when somebody has beef with somebody for a long time and it's just like, where's that motherfucker?
Yeah.
Like
it's the how wide is their swing?
Yes.
That's how big their beef is.
It just knocks him out. It's great. Bronson Reed comes in. Bronson Reed is cool, Australian.
Just such he is a bulldog.
Yeah. Like a couple of years ago, his thing on NXT before they fired him was like, I'm thick, and it would be thick with 2 C's. And it was kind of like bouncy and shit. And you're like, that's not intimidating. He goes to Japan and just becomes awesome. And then they're like, we're going to hire you back. And then this is the Bronson Reed that is out now. The guy who beat up Seth Rollins and all that other shit. But last year during this same event, the Survivor Series, he did his finishing move off at the top of the cage and accidentally landed on his ankle, breaking it. He broke his ankle. And that really stopped like his push and everything because like broke his ankle.
Yeah.
So this match, you can see somebody like scared, like I fucked myself up in this match last year. I am not gonna do anything I don't need to do. It's just like it's like tsunami, like
Yeah, he hit his mark. He hit his marks great. I thought that he looked. I didn't know that he was acting that cautious. You clocked it. I did not. So that's good, I guess.
Yeah, and like he's fun as well. Like I like him, the Bronze together. I think it's a good tag team.
Yeah, nobody needs brains when you got 2 bronze, right?
Yep.
500
said
comedy
All
kids.
brawn, no brains.
Oh, brawn, no brain. Crystal, you and I really should be fighting for the WWE at this point. This is ridiculous.
Well, they actually do need female writers
I
because they
know.
But
fired
you
the
know what
last female
the
writer.
problem is, though? All their jobs are in fucking
Connecticut. Exactly. I
I'm like,
refuse
I'm
to
not
live there.
moving to Connecticut. I can do that from here. Why do I have to go to that state? I can stay here and do that shit.
And you know the weird fucked up thing is now that that company was bought by TKO, I dead ass think they're gonna move it to Las Vegas. I dead ass think they're gonna move the WWE to Las Vegas.
I'll work for them then. Fuck it.
Same. I got a house there. I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
I can write what essentially, amounts to stunt people soap opera.
Wait, Crystal, we should actually go in as a writing tag team duo.
It's like, why are
Yes.
the female stories all amazing?
Oh,
Yeah,
know.
why are the men getting shafted now? I wonder why.
And then the guys are just like, hey, I hear you're doing a great job over there. Come work with us.
No,
And
but
you're
like,
like, we don't know how to write men's stories.
I'm sorry. Men's stories, no. Those are so yesterday, to quote
Right?
Hillary Duff.
It's like, I hate you. I hate you. Like, we can't do anything with that. We deal in gray.
I've been forced to relate to men's stories my whole life. I don't want to do it no more.
Facts. That is the future.
Yep.
Um,
And rent.
There we go.
Cody bleeds. This is when he starts bleeding, and it's cool because he has the blonde hair and the blood goes into the hair. Then the Yeet Man cometh. Jimmy Uso comes out, does a little bit of the Yeet stuff, and I'm like, okay. And like, this is why I'm like, I thought he should have come out first, because like the last couple War Games, he like when he comes out, it's like a big deal. It's to pump up the crowd, like let's go. And it should have had that. But they beat up everybody. And this is my sticking point with this entire night, is taking this seriously. I don't like when in the middle of a match he does the yeet shit. Like, that is like, once he does that, I'm like, lose the match. Please lose this match. Because I'm like, we're fighting for our lives right now. And you're like, dance break, and then he gets up on the cage too, and I'm like, fucking kill him. And Tommy said it earlier the day. I was just like, yeah, Jey Uso's gonna come out first to crump up the crowd. He's like, what if he just does that in the middle of a match? And I'm like, he better not fucking do that shit in the middle of a match. And then he does it in the middle of the match, and I'm like,
He's riding that cage, like lining up at the top, like a drunk 22-year-old at Saddleback Ranch riding the bull for the first time.
and I'm like, man,
Not Saddleback.
if you don't fucking take this bullshit seriously, come on, man, lock in. And then it's funny because as he's doing that, that's when you hear the Brock Lesnar roar, and then his theme song, his new metal theme song comes in, and like he just starts beating up people and suplexes people, and that's like the moment where I realized, like, after he comes in and stops the yeet and then suplexes everybody, he's just like, so what do I do next? I'm like,
Right. I'm done now.
I've already kicked ass. So when is Roman coming out? And like, Roman comes out, and it's just like how the kids say aura. Like, there was just an aura filled thing. He comes out. He doesn't have the Ula Fala, but
Everybody's still.
Yeah, no. Yeah, anytime you're in the audience, you do the one. Like, I was taking a picture and just doing the one at the same time, and
He still commands that respect. Again, it's the Stephanie Vaquer, like, it's this, you are locked the fuck in.
Yeah, and it's just like he does the one with the pyro at the same time, and you're like, okay.
Oh yeah,
He
hot quiet energy. That's what been trying to figure out. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just like you don't have to say much, but when you say something, it actually means something. And obviously, the women are just like, "Oh my god, it's the hottest man I've ever seen in my life," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay,
Yeah, all right."
yeah." It's just like
Hottest man who voted for Trump. That's for sure. I'm just kidding.
right.
No,
He's
that's
like,
Vince Vaughn, actually.
it's so weird. I was about to say like women. The older I get, women surprise me more. Where they're like, "Oh my god, this guy's the hottest guy ever," and so like women online are talking about how hot CM Punk is, and I'm like,
Yeah,
really?
he. I'm sorry, but he is hot, like dad hot.
Yeah, I was like, it always comes as a surprise where I'm like, oh, okay,
Yep.
all right.
And he
it-
respects women.
I just love how the bar is just low for everybody now.
In the WWE, it sure is.
The
Especially
bar's
when
in
you
hell.
have Brock Lesnar showing up, who was being indicted on. Anyways, I'm not even gonna go there.
Shout out to depositions.
Deposed, right? Not indicted, deposed.
Yes. So Roman comes in, match starts. Him and Brock fight outside of the ring, which is cool, and then Brock basically F5s him into the announcer table, which is cool. Like all that was awesome. Logan getting the brass knuckles is weird because
Worked though.
it works, but it's weird because like when the match starts, like I would just come in with brass knuckles and just be like every punch, every punch, every punch. Like I'm trying to win the match and have the least amount of damage done to me. So I'm like I'm coming in brass knuckles taped together, just fighting.
Yes, but you know what? By keeping it outside of the cage and then bringing it in later, we still rope in Paul Heyman, who reminds us that they are all puppets.
It's like this all started because of a match at WrestleMania fighting for the love of a fat Jewish man.
Yep, who loves him as self tanner and concealer.
It's like, gotta love him. So the match beyond starts. Logan doing the stuff with the stuff was cool, but like when Roman gets it and then he starts doing the Superman punch with the brass knuckles, I'm like, that is awesome. Like Roman is the best. Like when him and Brock come into the match, like everything just changes and it's just cool. CM Punk and Cody hit the finisher on Brock and it gets
That
broken
looked
up.
phenomenal.
Yeah, it's really fucking cool that Brock takes the I mean, he's not a cool person in real life, but it's cool that he was able to take both of those finishers and sell for him. The problem is the match doesn't have the cohesion. Like you're like, oh, so what's gonna happen next? And it just feel like they were all doing spots and shit.
Right, rotating like a spinning Susan or whatever they call those, like
lazy.
lazy Susans.
There
It
you
just
go,
kind of
yeah.
was like, all right, whose turn is it up next?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, like with something like that, you should know what's happening. Like this sets up to this, and this sets up to this.
There's
like
still a narrative.
there is like you're in war. You have to. This has to make sense. And like when you don't take shit seriously, and that's my biggest like crux with all of this. It's just like you don't take it seriously.
I agree.
So Masked Man, who has Austin Theory's body shape, comes in. And it's just like, who is he working for? And then kicks CM Punk in the face, and then does the Seth Rollins stomp. And I'm like, man, that's crazy that Austin Theory shaped man did that. I wonder who that was. And like immediately, Tommy's like, who is that? I'm like, oh, it's Austin Theory. And so basically, everyone online has figured it out because men are just like Austin Theory wasn't there, but women who are horny are just like, I know that ass anywhere. That's Austin Theory.
I could pick that ass out of a lineup.
It's like, I know those cheeks anywhere. This motherfucker's lying to us.
I just love that the black sweatsuit has become the de facto like mystery introducer like costume. I mean, it's not like original or anything, but it's just like the last time with like Chad Gable and them doing this whole like with the El Americano bit and the black sweatsuit coming out and oh that wasn't him and yeah, it's just a matter of people clocking butts at this point.
Unbelievable. So he hits the finisher and Braun Breaker gets the pin and the heels win. It was something that Braun needed because the match is to make him look like a star.
And not a meat popsicle.
Yeah, and so they set up the thing of him pinning CM Punk, and CM Punk is the world heavyweight champion. So when they wrestle down the line, it's like, I beat you, so I deserve a championship shot. And I'm the biggest threat to you as a wrestler. So that was cool. It's funny when you watch the replay of it. CM Punk gets up, and then him and Roman Reigns shake hands, and then somebody in the crowd yells, "Zebros!" And so it's funny because those are the characters that they play in Zootopia 2.
No, that's good shit.
It's like they're the Zebros. And so like they Roman Reigns and CM Punk voice the character of the Zebros. I haven't seen Zootopia 2 yet. I'm definitely going to see it fairly soon. But Zootopia 2 just literally opened up to $500 million.
Oh, yeah.
In this weekend, like worldwide. So it is like I read this morning it's the 4th biggest opening to a movie of all time. And so, yeah, like just the fact that somebody yelled it that quickly, because like everybody's like, yeah, no, I saw this on holiday weekend. Yeah, fucking Zebros, let's go.
Yeah, shout out to Zootopia for being my first movie campaign as an editor and winning my first award as like career award.
That's right.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
So I have a soft spot for that movie in my heart, and I have to be totally honest with you. That movie, as I saw dailies, I don't think I can say much about it, but at one point the movie had actually somewhat to do with like real world topics happening at the time original Zootopia was made, and I'll leave it at that.
Wow.
Well, I mean, this first Zootopia is literally about racism. So like
I'm just saying, like, there was way more explicitness than the version that we saw had.
And Mickey was just like, "Oh, you ain't doing that shit."
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, "You're not gonna fuck up our money." Republicans spend money here at this park too. But
yeah, that match though, that handshake at the end was interesting because Cody's also like, hey guys.
And now they're trying to set up Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns 3 at WrestleMania in Las Vegas. If my life is together, I will definitely try to see that. But they're just setting up, and the crowd booed as that was happening. I got the fuck up out of there and went to Oscars for fish tacos.
Yes.
In San Diego. So that is the end of Survivor Series 2025. Like I say in the notes, I had a good time myself. I didn't know people hated it until I made the mistake of going online after I drove back from San Diego.
Yeah.
Like I had no clue that people hated this pay-per-view. I'm like, it's okay. But people are like, it's one of the worst things I've ever seen. I'm like, I had a great time. And
I think that matters more than an online opinion of people who just weren't there.
Yeah. What did you think of it, Sabrina?
Yeah, I think it had really good moments. That ending was for sure like a major just Debbie Downer. Like womp womp. And not because like I'm pissed that the heels won, obviously, like that's just part of the story. But it very much felt like that awkward part of the party where the host really wants you to go home and there's still people there. You start cleaning up.
Yes.
That's what it felt like to me as a viewer. I'm like, am I actually waiting for the credits? Because it felt like the credits should have rolled about 5 minutes ago. And that was probably the worst part of it. Honorable mention to, I love Nia Jax's DJ Next Suck It reference during the women's match.
Yes.
That was so fun. I'm actually not, Nia Jax is at the bottom of my list of favorite female wrestlers.
Real quick, it's funny. So Tommy, friend of the show, had to go to the airport to catch a flight to Las Vegas. And like he was just like, hey, I got on the plane. Nia Jax is on this flight.
Oh, how funny. They're both rushing to the airport. Might as well just carpool together. I'm sure she would have said yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think maybe she's has like a Braun Breaker effect on me where I'm just like, God, I just wish you had a more personality. But I mean, whatever. Feminism and equality also means having shitty female characters, as well as having likable ones. But yeah, overall, I thought it had its entertaining moments. I love a good AJ Lee finish, and yeah, I'd say out of 5 stars or Braun Breaker injuries, I give it 3.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, 3 out of 5 is okay. I think I gave it 3.5 out of 5 because like I was there.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
this wasn't like the greatest pay-per-view and it wasn't the worst
But
pay-per-view.
it wasn't awful.
Yeah. But a lot of people said online it was awful. So like I'm just going like I had a good time while I was there. It was a cool setting. Like one of the things that is cool was seeing, because San Diego's so close to the sea, and seeing like the sunset cascade in the stadium as this is going on and the lights are going. I'm like, that is really fucking cool. So yeah, but shout out to Survivor Series 2025. Shout out to Petco Field. The Dodgers are still better because they're back-to-back champs. Sabrina, how can people get a hold of you? What is your socials?
My telephone number is 702. Oh no. My socials. I'm at Sabrina with 3 A's at on Twitter /X. And on Meta Instagram at Sabrina Directs.
Shout out. You directed a music video a couple months ago that is very good.
Tight,
Congrats,
thanks.
yay.
Yeah, it's got Spike Jones written all over it because I am art is derivative.
Yeah, and you
All of
use
it
the
is, yep.
MTV font. You use the MTV video font.
We sure did.
Yeah, I remember texting you about that. But
We sure did.
thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. And
Likewise.
yeah, this is always fun. We don't know how to end any of our shows, so we just end them.
Tight.